Hey guys, welcome to the Cosmic Panel where we're doing another entry for Tier List September. This time we're doing a weird tier list where we're going to be discussing strange comic book shit. Basically weird events, weird powers, weird quirky things that, and sometimes awful things that comics have done. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There is plenty more that we could include, but we don't want to be here for 5+ hours. So we're going to be doing this at least relatively short list.
Stupid comic book moments tier list. Let's go.
Okay. We have simple tier, S, A, B, C, and an F. Cool. Didn't really go all that complex. And yeah, we're not going to be explaining the events too much in detail. So let's go. First up, we got Batman hanging a person from his Batcopter in the first issue of his solo series.
I mean, a killer way to start off your own series. There's no doubt about it.
Killer way.
So I'm thinking that this is a strong A.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think this is a great way to start off your series. Really just completely break your moral code and really show off that you don't really care about editorial in the slightest.
Approved by the Comics Authority.
Yeah. Sorry, I just also had to look real quick. Next up, we have Green Lantern getting the shit rocked by Batman, who painted an entire room and himself yellow, and then proceed to drink lemonade and piss on him.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was written by Frank Miller.
Now this is an epic Frank Miller moment if I've ever heard of one. This is gonna have to be a strong B for me. B for piss. It is
quite an all-star Batman was definitely the opposite of all-star Superman, to say the least. It was a unique moment in time. I'll say that.
They sort of blemished the All-Star title before it even got started, because then there was a later All-Star Batman volume that was actually supposed to be good, and then there's All-Star Superman. So pretty unfortunate naming for such a series.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Also, it just had like Batman saying a shit ton of slurs to Robin.
Yep.
Like the R word and shit. It was just really bad.
Super cool.
Yeah. Next up, we got Batman somehow surviving, for some fucking reason, the Omega Beams by time traveling and becoming a time bomb. He becomes a caveman, a pirate, bunch of weird shit. And yeah.
When the hell was this?
This was after Final Crisis. When he killed Darkseid shot his Omega Beams at him. And they fucking it was a whole thing where it was like, oh, Batman's dead, and it was like Superman holding his skeleton.
I remember that shot, that frame.
Yeah, and people were like, during Darkest Night, Batman was still dead, and then the skeleton was resurrected. That's when people realized that wasn't actually Batman, and Batman was basically trapped jumping periods of time. Like every now and then he would jump a period of time, and he was basically building up chrono energy to become a nuke. And that was, for some reason, Darkseid's plan, which is fucking moronic.
Jeez. Yeah,
it was very dumb. It was a very dumb way to retcon the fact that nothing survives the Omega Beams, except if Darkseid wants to time travel you, apparently.
I'm going to give that an F.
It was pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie. Next up, we have Big Barda and Superman making a sex tape, and Mr. Miracle crashing in through the ceiling, stopping them. A mind-controlling villain was the one that put them up to this. And yeah, nothing like your husband arriving home while you're in the middle of making a sex tape with Superman.
Not gonna lie, this one's not inventive or creative in any way. This is sort of just stupid, so I'm gonna give that an F as well.
Really? Not even a C?
I don't know.
I think a C, because of like Mr. Miracle bursting through the roof, is pretty funny.
All right.
That's like the only reason why. I think the imagery of Mr. Miracle just going caca and just like bursting through the fucking ceiling is hilarious. Next up, we have the Blob eating Wasp in Ultimatum. An awesome epic moment that had a lot of character development and growth for Blob, which was preceded quickly by Hank Pym squashing Blob and killing him. Yeah, Blob is a cannibal, and he just eats Janet Van Dyne.
Fan favorite moment. It's not that I don't like that Blob would be a cannibal, because I feel like that is kind of a possible development for his character.
No, that's fine.
Because he's so grotesquely, huge, and maybe he would eat humans. That's one thing, but it's just Ultimatum was just such a shock value fucking book that this was just another eye roll in that series.
Also, Blob being cannibal wasn't even anything established in prior issues either.
Yeah.
It was just a random. Blob actually seemed like a decent human being who cared about his daughter. That was the main thing, was that his daughter. Because if you read Ultimate Spider-Man, you learn that one of Peter's neighbors and one of his Liz Allen is actually the daughter of the Blob. Which was a huge twist. That was the point. It was a huge twist. But yeah,
right. I'm just saying
it was weird. It was stupid.
It could be a direction for an alternate universe Blob to go in, but this wasn't even executed well. So I don't know. I'm kind of feeling a C on this one as well.
I'm thinking an F, honestly.
I'm fine with F on this.
I was gonna say this one's pretty bad.
Pretty stupid, yeah.
Next up, we have Captain Boomerang becoming a human Boomerang to fight against the Flash. It's quite interesting.
A.
Yeah, I think so. Next up, I think this one is an easy S tier. Darkseid baby. Darkseid got turned into a baby. And Batman had a little cradle thing during Dark Knight's Metal to hold him. It was kind of, and he gave him little goggles to hold his Omega beams.
For me, my top three comic babies are Darkseid baby, Thanos baby, and Hulk baby from Old Man Logan. Hulk baby ranks a little higher than me, ranks a little higher for me than Darkseid baby, but I don't know. I'd feel a strong B on this one.
Not even an A? This is Darkseid baby. This is pretty adorable.
I like Hulk baby more.
But Hulk baby isn't even in the convo.
I know, but I'm just saying, if I had to pick.
Fine.
We'll high B him for now. Make it highest B. You have to drag the
Yeah, I got it.
You got it.
I know how tier lists work. Next up,
I'm a tier list engineer.
Next up, we have Doc Ock marrying Aunt May for her nuclear facilities.
I mean, an easy, classic A right there for me.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you marry Aunt May for?
Yeah.
Next up, we have Aunt May being an actress hired by Norman Osborn to impersonate Aunt May for years, and Peter just not noticing.
Wait, say that one more time.
Aunt May being an actress, being impersonated by an actress for years without Peter noticing.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know about that one.
This was the second time, by the way, Aunt May got replaced. This wasn't even the first time.
They gotta explain her age somehow, right? Her not dying. Just kidding. She should still be dead by now.
Yeah. I think it's just really funny that Norman Osborn went through the trouble of hiring her, getting her plastic surgery, and doing all these things just to fuck with Peter a little bit more.
B for plastic surgery.
Next, we have Green Lantern saying that he is not a child molester. It's because he's dating a 13-year-old.
Awesome. What is this, 80s?
This is 80s, yeah.
80s.
It's I don't think it has the room for any wiggle room. It's pretty bad.
That is just straight F, yeah.
Yeah, this is probably the worst. Because he literally says that, by the way. He's like, they're gonna like the girl's like saying like I'm gonna just prove them that I'm the same girl that they knew before, and Hal's like, and I'll prove that I'm not a child molester.
Jesus,
like literally,
Christ.
that's the direct quote.
Wow.
And it's like, what the? Because the thing is that happened basically the way that they explained it was basically she used her ring to age up herself so that she was mature, but she was still the same person. Like she was still the same age mentally.
Truly no limits to the Green Lantern power ring. Jesus Christ.
Won't stop you from getting these SA charges, Hal. Okay, next up, we have Norman Osborn having sex with Gwen Stacy and having 2 children.
Yeah.
Having that horrific panel of his goblin face.
Straight into the F right there.
This one's pretty bad. I think I'm gonna have to put it right above the Hal Jordan pedophilia, but yeah, pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie.
F for fucking ignoring characters and their fucking developments and just completely dismissing anything.
Next up, we have Iron Man's suit falling in love with him.
Is this another lovely 80s
Yeah.
moment?
It fell in love with him and wanted to protect him, so it wanted to encase him in it forever. Pretty horrific. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if there's any angle of.
I mean, if you were gonna go for like a full horror vibe, sure, but like other than that,
yeah. That's the thing is, I don't know if that was the intent or not.
yeah, I don't think so. At least they didn't fully commit to it.
C?
Yeah, I'm fine with C. I think it's higher than Big Barda.
Yeah.
So the next one is Joker eats China. That's it. He just eats China.
In a takeout container?
Yeah, and those are skulls that he's holding in his chopstick.
When is this from?
This is during the God Emperor Joker storyline. He gets the power, 99% of Mr. Mxyzptlk's power. And basically, he does a ton of shit. He makes Batman die every day and then regen, and does this for like a couple 100 years. And one night, he says that he's feeling like he wants Chinese food. And so, well, he says, I feel like I want Chinese. And then he just proceeds to eat all of China. Get it?
Oh, no. I'm going to let you just go ahead.
I'm not going to lie. This is a pretty funny joke.
Nah, man. It's not fucking B.
C.
That's lowest C.
Lowest C. It's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie, though. Like, do I think it's incredibly racist? Yes. It is incredibly racist. But it's still pretty funny. Like, yeah. even if like I would have been fine with it, even if he did it with like the US and just started fucking chugging guns or some shit. It's so stupid. It honestly embodies the entire God Emperor storyline because it's just so absurd. Okay,
Was
next
that from
up,
the 2000s.
Yeah, that's from Superman Batman.
Okay.
Next up, we have Lois Lane becoming a black person for a day.
Yeah, this shit. Jesus.
We love the 60s.
I don't even know what to do with this. I don't know what to say about this. Wasn't the whole point that she was supposed to like learn a lesson and shit?
Yeah, that was the whole point.
So like, it was a
decent intent.
Right, misguided attempt to be a learning lesson moment. I don't know, man. Pretty rough.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Pretty rough.
I don't think it's F.
C? I don't know.
Yeah, I think C, maybe just above God Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, still pretty rough nonetheless. Next up, we have Carol Danvers giving birth to her own rapist.
Yeah. I'd never even heard of this one at all.
This one was weird. This was 80s also, by the way.
Yeah.
So, no room for...
I don't know what they were fucking doing, man. What were they doing in those
They had this guy rape her, and then she had an accelerated baby. The baby came out, and it just accelerated aging until it was literally the same person that just raped her.
I think that's got to be lowest F.
Yeah, no, same. I definitely agree. It is...
Like what? Like just...
genuinely.
Do you know the writer on that?
I actually don't.
Do you know the disturbed individual who came up with that shit?
Let's see. It was issue 200.
Landmark issue celebration. Oh,
Landmark
awesome.
issue Avengers 200.
Oh, Avengers 200?
Avengers 200.
Oh, it wasn't even fucking her own series?
Not even her own series.
Jesus.
David Michelini.
Oh, no, I've definitely seen that name before.
Jim Shooter. Oh, well, the plotters were also Jim Shooter, George Perez, Bob Layton, and David Michelini. But yeah, it seems like David Michelini was the main writer.
How special.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next up, we have the phenomenal time where Peter Parker died as a giant spider and then gave birth to himself.
I know it's ridiculous, but this was actually a cool storyline and period in Spider-Man.
I read it.
I'm gonna have to give it a pretty high marks.
Oh, I don't think high marks. I think like maybe mid B.
I would say highest B. This is during this totem stuff, right? I can't settle on
Darkseid Baby, man. You already did Darkseid Baby dirty by putting him in B in the first place.
You can lowest A Darkseid Baby.
It's Darkseid Baby.
You can lowest A Darkseid Baby.
Okay, then I'm down for that. Okay. Anyway, next up we have
Spidey has to have some crazy shit to keep him moving and interesting, I think.
Anyway, moving on. We have Pink Kryptonite.
Pink Kryptonite.
Which apparently turns Superman gay. I'm sure this storyline couldn't be insensitive or really awful.
Is this 60s? Oh, 2003.
Yeah.
So no, not that early. So 2000s. That makes this worse somehow. Like yeah. I thought this is just some goofy 60s shit, but that's somehow worse. So
yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't know, just like C, I guess. I don't know, there's no function to this.
I think F.
Gag. I mean, yeah, that's fine too.
Next up, we got another one where a character turns black. We have the Punisher becoming a black person.
And this was for disguise purposes, right? For undercover.
Yes. Well, his face was also badly damaged.
Yeah.
So the plastic surgeon, who was also a hooker, fixed up his face, quote unquote, and added melanin to him so that he could escape the police that were looking after him. And then he was next hired by Luke Cage, got to experience police brutality, and then mysteriously, the melanin faded away and he became white again.
Uh-huh.
And Luke Cage fired him.
Uh-huh.
I will preface this by saying this storyline was written by a black man.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it was to show the aspects of police brutality. So there was good intent behind it, genuinely.
Yeah, another misguided attempt, I would say.
Honestly,
higher or lower than Lois Lane is, I think, the real question.
I think it's definitely higher than Lois Lane.
Okay.
I think it's higher than... Because I do think it's done way better than Lois Lane's version.
Okay.
Because it's also showing, like, Frank trying to seek employment, and he literally can't.
Okay.
So I think maybe high C, honestly.
Yeah, high C.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's bad. But like it did come from a genuine place of good intent, and it was also written by a person of color. So that does give it marks against Lois Lane's.
Okay. Sound off in the comments below if you're canceling Lukas or you're canceling Olias or both. Just let us know.
Next up, we have Frank Castle turning into Frankencastle. Punisher. He had to become Frankencastle. And
another classic here. Another 2000s classic.
Pretty crazy.
Stacked up against all these, doesn't look so bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. definitely not that bad.
Not too bad against all this shit.
We still haven't given anything S, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if anything does deserve S, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I would lowest be Frankencastle.
Yeah,
because it's not like offensive or stupid.
It's just a funny gag.
Or bad. Yeah, it's just silly.
It was just weird how long it lasted more than anything else.
Yeah, no, it became the title of the Punisher book. Like they changed.
Yeah, it was like
the title,
20 issues, I think.
Kept
or
the
something
numbering
like that.
going, and it was just in the middle of a Punisher volume. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, do you know what caused him to get that injured though?
I don't remember.
It was Dakin. Dakin cut him up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dakin cut him up into a shit ton of pieces and sewed them together.
All right, I don't even think we gotta say it. You know this cover, Spider-Man Reign.
Spider-Man nut and Mary Jane and killed her.
Yeah.
This is the moment where Elias realized that this video maybe wasn't a good idea.
A genuinely tragic moment in that comic. So it wasn't a joke. It wasn't a gag. It was actually like a dramatic moment. So I don't know. What do you?
I think it makes that even worse, though, in my opinion, because there's like the thing is like if they had just been very vague about it, saying like, "Oh, I gave her radiation poisoning from being around me."
That's what.
Well, no, they
Wasn't
specifically say that it's because of sex.
Yeah, but that's not what he said. His line was more vague. I think if anything, there's narration or other things that explain exactly what it was. I don't know. The intent behind this one is to create a dark Spider-Man story, and I think it's actually an interesting attempt. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but I think it's an interesting attempt where it's just like he can't have any loved ones and like he can't have anyone near him. He can't be intimate with anyone. Like, I don't know. I think it's a decent attempt. I don't know. I think people might agree with me on that, but where are you feeling on that?
I was thinking below All-Star Batman beating the shit out of Green Lantern.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry, that one just keeps getting me. I kind of want to put this in S tier because it's so fucking goofy.
Yeah, we might have to.
It's honestly so bad that it's kind of ingenious. Because like, the funny thing is like, Batman had to research him and then realize, he can't grab anything yellow. I'm just gonna paint this entire fucking room yellow, and only have yellow shit in this house. And I'm gonna paint myself yellow. Yeah. And I'm just gonna beat the fuck out of it.
Yeah, no, it is pretty good. Let's see what these last few are, and then maybe we'll do that.
Okay, this next one is when Superman gained the ability to shoot mini versions of himself out of his hands.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah,
pretty
that's
weird.
Pretty great.
Great. Great weird. I definitely think this is A. I think this has to be like
I was gonna say
just below Captain Boomerang turning himself into a human boomerang, honestly.
Okay.
Because I think it's a very this is the logical step before turning into a boomerang. Shooting yourself.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Shooting a mini version of
yourself. That would have been ideal for Captain Boomerang if he could shoot mini boomerang versions of himself. Out of his
shooting
hands.
little versions of himself, and they have to all like fucking. They have to fling themselves like boomerangs. Oh man, that would be even better. So this is when Thanos cursed Deadpool with life to stop him from simping over Lady Death.
Yeah, Thanos said, "Hands off." Thanos said, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
This is from Deadpool vs. Thanos?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a fun series.
I think this is an A, honestly.
Yeah.
I think this is a great, funny joke. Okay. Next up, we have Thanos snapping half of the universe because he simped too hard over Lady Death. I think it's key to point out that the reason why he snapped half the universe wasn't because of some great population plan or anything like the MCU made many people believe. It was rather he was just really, really, really into Lady Death, and he was trying to find a way to get her to talk to him. And he was like, "If I kill half the universe, will you dig me, baby?"
This is the highest of incel vibes that you can achieve.
No, literally.
I think this is truly a feat. Yeah, I don't know. Low A, high B.
Yeah, I gotta give it low A.
This last one better be a banger.
So this last one is Black Panther, the mantle of Black Panther being passed on to a white person who also happens to be a cop.
Wowza.
Talk about missing the political message of your character. God damn.
Know if this is a white or a black writer?
This was also a black writer. So
that's weird.
Yeah, and it lasted for a while. I think it lasted for like 2 years.
Really? 2
Yikes.
years?
Yeah. T'Challa was just not Black Panther anymore.
I'm very curious when this took place as well.
That was like 2003 or 4.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, no, it was not that long ago.
I just feel like this is F on principle.
Yeah, same. I also think
just
so.
like, just for like completely missing the character and its point, you know.
Yeah, I gotta go back to All-Star Batman. I gotta.
Yeah,
we're moving this to S.
An S real quick.
Yeah, I think this is just stupid enough to work. I just think the All-Star Superman beating the shit out of him is just really funny. It's so stupid. Anyway, this has been our weird comic shit tier list. Tell us down below how royally screwed we are. Obviously, there's plenty of more shit that we could talk about.
Comment below some of your favorite stupid-ass comic moments. Let us know anything we forgot and what you think of our lovely tier list.
Anyway, till next time.